it's hard to know where to start with the 100 people who have died under your torture policy, with the 5,000 Americans who have died in Iraq, with the millions of Iraqis who have died there because of your policies. I think the question is,
She's getting to
you need
speeches or
to
questions.
sit down.
Question.
Give me a
Let her
chance.
speak.
Thank you. You just said that you weren't hired because of your policies, but in fact you were hired precisely because of your policies, because Cheney knew that he could count on you. I'm getting to it. Do you think there's enough evidence to convict you of bribery? You got your job because of your policies, or just when we find the missing emails between? Be quiet. When we find the missing emails between you and the White House, will we just convict you of conspiracy to commit felonies?
Well, thank you very much for your question. First of all, I mean, this idea of bribery is a kind of silly question. I didn't know Cheney or anyone who ever worked for Cheney before I entered the government.
But they knew your policies.
No, I had no policies on any of these questions because I'd never written about them and we'd never faced them before.
Let them answer the question.
If you talk about financial loss or gain, I mean, anyone who's served in government knows that you're not going to make any money doing it. You're going to make a big loss. And in fact, one goes into the government knowing that you're sacrificing quite a lot to serve there. And it's unfortunate, but it is true. As to the emails, it is an honor to serve in the government. I willingly and happily would do it and would do it again if I was asked. I'm sure many people here would follow me to Washington and try to stop that. But the email, let me adjust the email system too, which is, I'm afraid, one thing that was in this OPR report that George mentioned was the claim that the emails that we had sent, I suppose, to the White House or various people about the interrogation issues were lost and implied destroyed. And I'm afraid that this shows how little these investigators for the Professional Responsibility Office actually understand how intelligence works in the government. Because all of the information and issues regarding this question were highly classified. In fact, at the time, I believe, was one of the most classified programs and secrets in the government. The Justice Department computer system is unsecured. You are not allowed to write any emails on it about classified information. In fact, if you did, that would be a felony. So we can, in fact, use the email system to discuss these issues, which is why there are none. So that's one. The second thing is that it seems to me, if my emails can be found on this, but the Justice Department has access to everyone else's email accounts, maybe these guys aren't good at computers, but my first guess would be you could look at the inboxes of all those other people to find all the allegedly missing emails that I sent them. Right? But I think the most important thing is that you cannot actually use the email system to talk about any of this stuff within the Justice Department. That's just the way it is. So they will not find it. They will not find. There is no email system for it, unfortunately.
Well, how did you and Addington and Cheney communicate?
Well, this is interesting. I've never actually met, discussed, emailed, or written to Vice President Cheney ever in my life. I'm sorry not to be able to confirm
How
the
did they tell you
conspiracy
what they
theories.
wanted you to do?
We're going to move on now to the next question.